So I went in full autism. I'm going to get to the bottom of this retard mode to try to figure out what was going on with the Tim Hoffman Tactical against Rare Breed, because things just weren't adding up. There was some unanswered questions I needed answers to. And you know what? I found those answers. And I'm going to break them down for you today after a quick word from our sponsor, and that's GotYour6app.com. Now you can download this app. You have to go to the .com though, because it's Second Amendment friendly. They don't allow it in app stores, but you can download it. Basically, this is a Life 360 alternative that doesn't send your money to California, doesn't track you 24/7, and you're able to set a rally point in the event of an emergency, because you don't know. Depending on how your geographical location looks like, in a natural disaster, your area could be triaged off. So you need the people that you trust to come in there right away, so you can set up groups, and it has a rally point button. You hit that, or your kid hits it on a sketchy night, or again, Hurricane Katrina happens and you're stuck in an attic. You hit that little button with a little message on there. Guys, come get me. I'm stuck in my attic. My house is filling full of water. I don't know what to do. And even in recent hurricanes, like, this has become an issue. This is something you pretty much need. So anyways, check it out. They sponsor the channel. Show them love, because they showed me some love. One hand washes the other hand. Just like that. Let's get into the video. So the biggest part where everybody's reporting on the super safety lawsuit incorrectly is they bring up the 538 patent. That's the patent from Twin Bros. That one is widely accepted as being fraudulent. And I thought it was in the lawsuit myself. I had no idea. Turns out it's not. Rare Breed is not suing, and I want to touch on that for a second. Look, the ATF said Rare Breed had to enforce their patents. At that time, these patents weren't their patents. They bought these patents, and they're going after these people to be shitheads, not following their settlements. So, anyway, back to the 538 patent. This is the Twin Bros patent. Apparently, there's a whole bunch of internet record that says, hey, Twin Bros basically found his design. They were putting it out. Rare Breed contacted them, threatened to sue them. So he put out for a patent to try to stop Rare Breed from suing them. I don't know the exact details. Then apparently, as a cash grab, he sold that patent to Rare Breed, knowing that it was a fraudulent patent, but then did a sworn affidavit, said that he is the inventor and it is a perfectly legal patent. But because there's so much shaky ground and there's so much internet evidence out there that would disprove that patent's just sitting in wait. And that's what this whole thing is about, right? So what is Hoffman Tactical actually being sued for? Number one, that's the 723 patent. And for the government agents watching, don't worry, this is not a weapon, and no, this has not been modified to harm human beings. This is a disciplinary tool. This is for when your girl's being bad. You'd be like, 723 patent? Isn't that patent expired, Mr. CRS? You are 100% correct. So why is an expired patent that absolutely cannot be enforced in a lawsuit? Kind of funny, huh? Then the next patent, the 247 patent, which is also built off of expired patents. They took multiple expired patents, and then they put them together, and they made a new patent. So again, that one is non-enforceable. No question about it. The only question that has any sort of legal merit is the 784 patent. And the pictures with the 784 patent are not a super safety. Yeah, they're a force reset trigger, but they are definitely not a super safety. You can look at the pictures, they don't look anything alike. There's absolutely no relationship. This case essentially has no merit. So the fact that the judge gave them the preliminary injunction is mind-blowing. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe it was because the ATF stepped in. Because remember, the ATF stepped in on Rare Breed's behalf to be like, hey, you need to issue this preliminary injunction because public safety and shit. So that could be the sole reason why, which is pretty bad. I mean, the judge should be ashamed of himself if that's the reason why. Take all the law, all the merit, push it off the table, and just go, well, the ATF wants me to issue a preliminary injunction, so that's what I'm going to do. So what's really going on? Why are they going after him for a patent that literally has, I mean, they're relevant, but it's like saying the fact that this holds liquid and the fact that this holds liquid, they're two different things. And it'd be like this company suing this company because this company chose to hold liquid. So there's relevance there, but in my opinion, nothing that would infer a patent infringement, right? So what's going on? Why are we using two garbage patents that we know absolutely have no merit at all, and then a patent that at best it's in the wheelhouse? It'd be like a baseball suing a baseball bat because they're both included in baseball, right? That's to inflate legal costs and complexity. The longer they can drag this out, the more legal costs they can slam into this, the better chance they have at Tim settling. So we're looking at driving up legal cost, overwhelming Hoffman Tactical, forcing a settlement, not a verdict. Why? Why would they go after him, especially with garbage-ass patents that have nothing to do with him? Why wouldn't they use the 538 patent? That's because it's overwhelmingly known that the 538 patent is completely fraudulent. Now, would a court of law decide that? I don't know, but they obviously think so, because otherwise the 538 patent does include the super safety. That is the super safety patent. So if they themselves didn't believe this patent was fraudulent, they would have most certainly included it in here. So what they're trying to do here is go after the real target. And what is the real target? That's the 538 patent. If they can get Tim Hoffman to settle, they can legitimize the 538 patent. So what does that do? Why would they care about the 538 patent? Seriously, like, they can literally put out their own super safeties, so why go after him and attack him? That is for a couple of different reasons. Go after other creators, go after manufacturers, and go after platforms and remove the super safety from across the board, so they're the only ones that sell the super safety, and they probably won't even put out the super safety, because why? If they can just remove it from the market, they can just continue to sell their little stupid force reset triggers unimpeded, right? Or should they lose the force reset trigger patent against Patterson triggers, because they have the original legitimate patent for the force reset triggers. Rare breed triggers do not. Patterson triggers does. And they lose that patent and lose that ability. Well, now if they got Tim Hoffman to settle for the 538 patent, and it will definitely say in his settlement, we need you to say that Twin Bros was the actual inventor and this is a legitimate patent. Well, now they can transition over to making super safeties over a force reset trigger. See, there's a couple of different things here. This is extremely dirty. They know they're on bullshit. Everyone else knows they're on bullshit. And the result they're trying to get is absolutely wild. What they're trying to do is they're trying to crush the market and monopolize the market, not by innovation, by lawfare. Not by merit, by cost. Just costing them out, creating so much legal cost with Tim Hoffman, he has no choice but to settle. We want a settlement, not a precedent. Or settlement equals precedent. So if they can get him to settle and legitimize their 538 patent, they can literally completely wipe the market from other competitive options against the force reset trigger. Remember, in an open market, competitive options are good. Competitive options drive up quality and drive down price. It inspires innovation. It means growth. America is built on the free market. I know a lot of people are like, oh, America's built on capital. No, it's not built on capitalism. It's built on the free market. So, that's what's going on in the case. No, the 538, the actual super safety patent, is not involved at all. This is, the actual patents that are involved is 723, 247, and 784. And the only one that has any kind of merit or any sort of legal standing is the 784, but it's not related to their shit. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff they're suing them for too. Again, it's just to drive up legal costs, make it so he has no other choice but to sign on the piece of paper. Yes, the 538 patent was invented by Twin Bros. Yes, his sworn affidavit is correct. Yes, all that internet proof that says the 538 patent doesn't exist, well, they're wrong on that. So that's pretty wild. I really hope Tim wins. The fact that the judge already issued the preliminary injunction pretty much tilts their hand. We can see the cards they're playing. It's not looking good. I would like him to win. Yes, there's appeal options and stuff after that, but the ATF already stepped in on Rare Breed's behalf because they were clearly going to lose and was like, hey, issue the preliminary injunction, please, because public safety matters. And for whatever reason, the judge bent over, took it up the butt, and did what the government said. It sucks that, man, just so upsetting. It really sucks that rare breed triggers became an extension of the government. The very people they were trying to fight, they now joined. And again, it's just upsetting because it shouldn't have went this way. We'll just wrap it up there. So, another thing I wanted you guys to check out, though, that's pretty important, and bam, check out this freaking awesome t-shirt. If you've ever been to prison, this t-shirt is for you. No, I haven't been to prison. Technically, I was living in a gated community. And you can buy these t-shirts at onlytacticalfans.shopify.com. I'm permanently demonetized from YouTube. I will likely never ever get monetized again. So this is how I play my bills. So please go check them out. If you've already checked them out, thank you. If you're thinking about checking them out, thank you in advance. For real, guys, you guys have been helping me out. This is amazing. And if you want to support me and you don't want to shop there, the next best way to do it is click on that Amazon affiliate link right down there in the description. Just click on that bad boy. Just by clicking on it. Even if you don't buy what that link is for, just clicking on it and doing the Amazon shopping you were already going to do anyway. I'll kick back for it because you came there off my channel. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.